good old Jim Boonie here, who's not operating according to his proper name due to him wanting to remain anonymous, but we're going to start him off and welcome him. So welcome, Jim. For the viewers and the listeners, Jim is someone who is a subscriber and a member of the Platinum squad at the Hussla squad, and also a member of the system by Trumpy. How long have you been following each service?
So it's been following Trumpy since like July last year, and then Platinum, I think maybe November last year.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So roughly, close to 9 months on Trumpy and about 4 months on Hussla, which is awesome.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
We'll give you a little bit of an intro. Firstly, like kind of how old are you?
25.
25, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about like some questions that we want to ask you a little bit later, but where'd you find either service first?
Yeah, so that's a good one actually. Like, talking about like degenerate gambling, I was on this Facebook group, and I don't know, you've probably heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's how I found Trumpy.
Yeah, okay.
So I was on one of those stupid Facebook groups with like everyone pipe dreaming trying to hit these 30-leggers.
Yeah.
And I saw this, what's this?
What was the Facebook group? Was it Sporting Multi or something?
Something like that. I don't know. My friend invited me to it, and I was like, "Bikes and their bet slips." That was it. Yeah.
So I know the owner of that group. He actually is a huge affiliate for Ladbrokes and Neds, and he banned me from that group because I was helping too many people. And unfortunately, those groups, they're not designed for winning punters. They're designed for people to lose and sign up to their codes, and they get a commission. So anyone that's being helped or I guess like going against the bookies, they kind of remove. And he knew that I was kind of affiliated with Hussla, so he kind of knew that I was kind of leveraging his group, so he removed me, which is fair enough.
Oh, 100%. I thought those groups were bullshit. Like, it was just funny because my mate got me in. And I just found it funny as fuck, like when people get so upset, like when they'd lose under dumber shit. I'm like, bro, what are you trying to achieve here? Like, you're throwing darts.
I'm in a few of them, and there's one specifically which I've finally got removed from after like 18 months of like people do polls and shit to get rid of me from that group. Like, I'm well known in there, and people don't like me for like. I take the piss out of people. Like, I never get personal, but I'll say like, "Oh man, you're not going to win doing multis," and then everyone just fucking attacks me, and it's like, whatever. But anyway, it is what it is. Lucky you actually found Trumpy, which then obviously brought you to Hussla, which you're now a member of both, and reaping the rewards. But
it was a weird circumstance. It was like such a strange place to find it. I was like, I'll check this Trumpy's out because this guy seems pretty like all right, like. Why not? Like, what I got to lose, I already got a little bit of a bankroll now. Like, it's awesome. Yeah. Like, the horse racing, I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
This
podcast is going to be just speaking to Jim about kind of his experiences from basically someone who has gambled before without a system or a method, and then come across to obviously the system and Hussla. And we're also going to talk about something that happened last weekend where Jim actually was lucky enough, or not lucky enough, he followed a system to make, how much did you make last weekend? 5.5K or something?
Yeah, 5.5K, yeah.
Yeah, so last Saturday, huge day for him. 1,500 of that was on the system, and then
the
other 4K
was on the little special one we had.
Yeah, so we'll have a chat about how you made that 4K and what your thought process was going through that.
100%.
And kind of how you felt, which obviously if you didn't do what was recommended, you wouldn't have made any money at all. So,
I would have been on suicide watch in that last week.
Yeah, it's great to talk to someone who can see the benefits of obviously hedging and covering and guaranteeing profit versus writing it out like every other mug gambler does in Australia. And kind of just sees it as, just lost a $50 bonus, when realistically they lost like potential to win 4K. So
100%.
Yeah. So firstly, I want to talk about where you came from in terms of your history with gambling. So maybe just talk about like what your patterns used to be. I know you said you used to do MBA and stuff like that, but maybe tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah. So I started gambling since I was 18. So what's like eight years, something like that. Anyway, so if I started on like MBA, so that was like, I kind of got into it a little bit. AP, I was doing like $5-10 bets, and then 2016 Cavaliers versus Warriors, I had that futures bet. So I put $300 on Cavaliers paying $5 to win the series. It was like 3-1 down or something, or 3-2 down. And then I kind of got like the real taste for it. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's a big win. I was like, it's fucking awesome. Like, I was like, I think I was like 20. Yeah. And I was watching it with my mates, and they were like all on Golden State. and I was the only one on Cavaliers. I'm like, nah, LeBron James. I'm like, legacy's on the line. He's coming back. And I was like, yeah. I was like,
okay. What were the odds? They were 3-1 down, yeah?
Yeah, I think it was either 3-2 or 3-1 down, but I think it was like, yeah, something ridiculous, man. I don't know what it was. It was like either 5-1, 10-1. It wasn't like super ridiculous, but it was like, for what it was pretty good. And then anyway, like, yeah, watching the last game, it was like tied 3-3, and watching the 4-3 game, I was like, with all my mates, and they were all on the Warriors, and I was like, fuck you guys. It was so funny, man. But like then from there, man, like I kind of got like the taste for it, and I'll be betting like when I was like 21, 22, 23, but not like huge amounts. I think when I started betting like actually like properly was when I was like 23.
Yeah.
And that was around the time like I started playing poker as well. So I made a bit of money playing poker for like 10,000 over the whole span of it. But then I would use that money to bet as well. So I probably started like the biggest bet I'd do is like 250, but I'd still have some sort of units, but like I was just not disciplined at all with my betting size. I didn't track anything.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have like an end goal. There was no methodology towards it. It was just me just studying the games and betting on them because like I knew what was going on. And the problem I had as well is I wasn't just doing single bets sometimes. Sometimes I would, but I had like a greed aspect towards it. So it's like, unless it was like $1.80 or over, I wouldn't put a single. I'd like have to do like 2 or 3 leg multi. And then as well as that, I was doing all these like random fucking multis, but putting like 10 legs, like, but it's paying like $10 and I put 100 on it. Like, what the fuck? But like I'd be confident in it, but it's still like, cause I'd studied the players and I watched all the games and like I understood like, okay, he's been averaging this many points. I watched him last game. Like he had a shit game last game. He's going to bounce back this game. But like, I try and like figure it out like that. But like, man, that's just too many legs. It's just like, I'm pipe dreaming there. But like,
have you heard of the Dunning Kruger Effect? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I haven't actually, no.
So Dunning Kruger Effect is a graph that's essentially, I'll put it up on the screen once this gets recorded, but it's basically a graph between, it's a confidence and a competence relationship. And basically people think that they are, or that they know more than they know. And that's when they're at peak confidence and low competence. So they start off up here, right? The graph's up there on the left. And they start here, and it's called the peak of Mount Stupid. So this is when people will literally, they'll win a multi and they think they're fucking invincible. They think they know everything. Their competence is like at the very left of the spectrum, the very, very minimal, but their confidence is super high. And then they go through this period where they go down the valley of despair and they fall down and they realize that they're just stupid and they have no competence. And there's low competence. Yeah. And then if you actually are someone like yourself who's then gone and learnt shit and actually realized that you were an idiot before, not actually an idiot, but in terms of what you knew about betting.
What I was doing,
And then your competence goes up, and then you reach basically what we call go up the slope of enlightenment to the plateau of sustainability. So you actually make it to the end where you're actually at high confidence and high competence. That's when you actually are successful. Unfortunately, a lot of people sit at that peak of Mount Stupid, and they sit there forever, and they think they know everything until they get a reality check.
I've visited a couple of times. I've definitely summited.
We've all been there, man. We all started there. So like we've definitely been there. We're not exempt from that. The way we learn is from mistakes, and obviously.
That's it. Yeah. And it's like, I'm all about making mistakes, and I've made plenty of mistakes, don't get me wrong, in life, in anything. But like, it's whether or not you learn from those mistakes.
Correct.
And it's like, definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Yeah, that's Einstein, I think.
Yeah. Like, and I know a lot of my mates who do the same shit every fucking weekend, and like, I'm not doing this. Like, but it's to a point, if you manage it, like, say you can afford to lose $50 on a weekend, like, go ahead. But it becomes an addiction when, like, as I said before, like, you're losing, like, say you do $10 multis, it's like $100, like, every Saturday. That adds up on the long run. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it seems so small to you. But if you can afford to lose that, go ahead. But a lot of people do it and they can't afford to because they're chasing something. They're like, oh, I need to pay this off. Like, it'd be great if I won this multi. Do you know what I mean? And they don't win and they chase it.
With that short-term, easy way out. And unfortunately, that doesn't exist. And it was like the thing we spoke about the other week in the podcast. It was like, hey, man, I'll give you 10K. I'll guarantee you 10K over 6 months if you follow the system, you follow what we're going to do. Yeah. Or you can have a crack at making 10K this weekend if you invest $10 every single week.
Yeah.
And it's like most people will be like, oh, yeah, I'll take the $10 potential to win 10K, not understanding that in maybe 6 months' time, they've lost another, whatever, $10 a week. And it's not that much in the whole scheme of things, $250. But not only they lost that 250, they've actually missed out on the chance to win 10K. Let's say change that to 100 every week. You've lost 2.5K. You're 12.5K off the other person who's made the 10K. So
yeah, exactly. Like
it does add up. It does compound. And as you said before, not many people realize how much they're actually losing, and they never check their bank statement or their profit and loss of their betting account. It just becomes a constant cycle of top it up, repeat. And as you said, if you're expecting a different result, then you are insane. And unfortunately, majority of people just continually do it. And then there's the kind of fun excuse, which we spoke about before, like...
Yeah. Like, it is fun to watch a game, like, with
of course.
Same game multi on it, like, try scorers and stuff. Like, you just, like, yelling at them, like, come on, like, fuck. Throw it to the wing. Like, it's hilarious. Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, then it's just when it becomes a problem. And also, like, you got to know what you're doing. Like, okay, so I'm putting $50 on this multi. Like, chances are I'm going to lose. But, like, am I actually having fun, or am I going to be upset when this fucking loses?
Yeah. A lot of people do use the excuse of it's fun, and we've discussed this a lot. And it's like, if it's genuinely fun, like, I know people who will be able to afford $50 a week because they make 2K a week, and it's like a very small amount of their bankroll, and they lose every week knowing they're going to lose. And it's $50 and that's it. Whereas there's the people that actually do this every single day, and they're not doing it for fun, but they say they are. But realistically, they're addicted, and they're losing thousands, and they don't actually... Well, they know, but they don't pay attention to it because it's such an addiction, and they can't really admit it.
100%.
Which becomes an issue. And, like, would you say the majority of the people that you know that bet, your mates, etc., what are they like when they bet?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are degenerates. Like, they're just betting...
Well, what does that mean? But
they're just chasing. They're just chasing like pipe dreams. They're trying to like hit $500,000 bets, like off tenors, like do like $50 bets, but like 10-leg multis. Like they're trying to hit the jackpot. But like what it is they've won a couple of those bets, and it's like instant gratification. They're like, this is awesome. Fuck yeah, like I'm the best. And they're doing that thing you were talking about before. Yeah. And then they go back to the despair pit, like. Legit.
The reality check, and then
the reality check. They have a big week, and then also what I see, they have those big weeks, and I'm like, oh, show me your account, blah blah. I click on their sports bet, and they've got those power prices and all these like offers. I'm like, well, clearly, like they want you. They're trying to reel you back. I'm like, every time he stops gambling, some of my friends like instant deposit offer, like ridiculous ones. I'm like, bro, how are you getting this shit? Like, it's like we'll give you like 100% match on like $1,000. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's a lot of bonus
for someone like yourself. Obviously, you know how much money that is. That's $700, like that, bang,
in your pocket.
And it's like for someone else, it's like, hang on, man, like there's $700 literally for free right there. Like, and you'll tell them, and they're like, oh, yeah, but that's too hard. Like,
that's it. Yeah, it's the effort factor, man. It's like it requires discipline and obviously your time to do this sort of stuff, and people aren't willing to do that. As well as that, people want to go out, drink on the weekend, like have fun, like, which is all good and well, but like, you know, like the only way really to be a millionaire, like they say, is to have 5 different sources of income, which a lot of people, it's not achievable. But even if you just have 2, man, like your job and this or something else, like it all really helps. It makes your life so much easier, man. Like you don't worry as much about money, because as much as money like doesn't make you happy, whatever people say, like it definitely makes your life easier, and you don't have to stress about fucking bills and whatever. And it gives you a bit of freedom. Like say you want to go out to dinner, take your girlfriend out to dinner, or like you want to have a few drinks for your friend, or like you want to shout your friends some drinks. Sorry, stunned there a bit. Then you can do that, and like that's the nice thing to do. Do you know what I mean? And I mean,
it's very easy. Like I understand it because I've been on both sides of the fence, and now obviously being on the financially free side. And Hussla speaks like our motto is achieving more financial freedom, or teach people how to get more financial freedom. Which we never want to teach people how to become rich. Rich is an overused word. Freedom is what we want to chase, because freedom allows you the things you said, like gives you time, it gives you more flexibility, it gives you less stress. So like, would you say now, like, I don't know if you work full time or what you do, like, like, are you making more with Hussla than your work, or less, or more?
No. So like, obviously last weekend I made more than my job, but like, I make pretty good money. Like I work full time. But like, it's just more like a supplement of my income. Like from Trumpy, I can probably like pretty much like over the course of it, if you average it out, I can pay my rent every week with Trumpy.
Nice. That's nice to hear.
So I live with like 4 other people in my house. I mean, so 3 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I can pay my rent just from Trumpy.
Yeah, nice.
Which is awesome, man.
Are you doing other methods as well as Trumpy, or just focusing on Trumpy?
Yeah, like I do match betting, and like I had like something, I don't know, like this. Yeah, I can talk about it, but like you know, you get the power prices. Like obviously you can manipulate those power prices. I'd use my friend's one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
we can cut it out if you don't want to.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm Jim Boonie, so no one knows who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so and I'd use it, and like you can get like it's like 105% return.
Yeah,
so I could put that power price, put the max 250 stake on it, and then hedge it.
Yeah.
And like I'll do stuff like that, and then also like obviously like the bonus turnover, but like, and then I'd find promos as well. Like, but that's a side of betting that I really need to get into more, is that like proper
so that's
match
all the
betting.
platinum methods. So
yeah, all the platinum methods.
Trumpy's very, very, I guess, convenient, because you
it's
just
convenient.
place the bets, turn the bonuses over as you're going. Much more convenient, very time efficient in terms of how much money you're making, minimal effort compared to some of the other methods. But having said that, as you come across and come up to like winter now, which you probably haven't been in Hussla since then.
That's it. I'm excited.
Yeah, the opportunities that are going to come with the early payout offers and stuff through the winter months that won't even conflict Trumpy. It's literally you do both, because like they'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. So you just do that with that as well. So you probably be able to get, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000 off those promos this year just on that.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome, man. Like, and what I've been doing as well is obviously, like with my winnings, I put it into some other investments and stuff. But I built my bankroll up now, so like, I'm really excited for that Hussla stuff and the match betting, because like, I don't know, it's just like I really get like a rush out of doing it now. Like I kind of treat it as like a job.
It's fun if you do treat it like that. And this is Mike Pence put out a good TikTok the other day. It's like most people who gamble, they don't treat it like a job, and it sounds really serious to say treat it like a job. But if you're there to try and make money, right? If you're not treating it like a job, you're not going to make money. You're going to lose. So if you do want to make money out of it, treating it like a job doesn't mean you spend 80 hours a week on it or 50 hours a week. Like how many hours a week are you spending on Trumpy and Hussla?
Probably like, like 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday, and then like doing the bonus bets maybe like on Wednesday, probably like 10 hours max.
10 hours
that's like, and that's like not even that much, probably like 6 or 7. It's just more 6 or 7, I'd say. And
you're probably making what, like 500 a week?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So over the year, that's what, 25K from just that. And for the Hussla stuff. Yeah.
And you just you just put everything in perspective. Like, okay, so like you think like, how much do I make it one day at work? You know what I mean? Like, and then like for my time, like what am I getting paid per hour doing this Trumpy stuff and the Hussla squad? I mean, like, man, you're fucking kidding yourself if you don't think it's worth your time.
It's not like one or the other. You can do both. So that's
exactly. You can do both. Like, and it's in unison. Like I can be doing. I got 2 monitors here. Like I can be doing 2 things at once. But like it's just like if you put time and energy into this, like honestly, man, if you want to win, it's gonna work, man. And like 100%. Honestly, like I've started getting more serious into it now, and like I honestly like enjoy it, and like I look forward to it on the weekend. Like especially Saturday. I love Saturday because like, and I tell my girlfriend, and she thinks it's hilarious, but I'm like from 12 to 5, I'm like. I'm in work mode. I'm like, please, like, just don't disturb me. Like, I'll go for a walk on the breaks or whatever, but like, I want to focus on this. Yeah, no, that's good. I love hearing that. Obviously, if you tell your girlfriend about that, but she understands it because like she's like, you're making money from it, and like, and I'm like, I'll take you to dinner or whatever. Like, but she's like, cool. And then last week, and she's like, fuck, that's sick. Like, $5.5 grand. Like, fuck, who's complaining about that? Like, and I took her to like a real nice dinner, and so like, nice. So she's happy about it. Like, and she respects it as well. So. Definitely, fellas, if you're listening in, your girlfriend doesn't let you do this, there's something wrong. Something going wrong. Because it benefits everyone. Good to hear. It's definitely something that I can relate to as well when I was doing it. And now even with financial freedom, like people around you will definitely, you encourage them. You're like, well, like if you want to help or you want us to do this, like it works and you're going to benefit out of it too. So let us do it. Yeah, 100%. So, I've tried to get a few of my mates on board, but it's just like the first thing I do is like explain to them the bonus turning over as well as like match betting, and like as soon as I get to Betfair, man, it's over. Like they just don't get it. Yeah, Betfair's complex. They don't get it. Yeah, so like, and then also they don't want to put in the time to like do this stuff. So it's like whatever. Like you sometimes like you can't entertain everyone. Like if they have to be at the right stage in their life to want to do it and to commit to it. And like, it's easy to commit to Trumpy for like 2 weeks and like, or like Hussla learning things and like going through all the modules and like be like, oh, like it's too much. But it's like some people will pay the money, I bet, and like not even like finish the course or like do it because it's like it's in the too hard basket.
Yeah, legit. It is like that for a lot of people who do the free course. They sign up. We see the progress of everyone, and a lot of people will sign up, watch 2 videos, and they've never seen them again. Other people will come and watch 90% and then purchase platinum. So, like at the end of the day, like you said before, if you want it to win, it'll win. So,
exactly. Yeah,
wants it to win, and obviously, I'm reaping the rewards. So that's great.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. Like it's very. Yeah, as I said, it's very good to be a part of, and like I look forward to it. Like it excites me more than like my job and stuff like that. Like it's like because I love gambling, but like
you're gonna do it anyway. So
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Make money from it.
It's in my blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
especially
now
horses.
It's like the excuse. It's like, well, you're still having fun, yet you're actually guaranteeing profit. So it's a double whammy. So you tell all the other people out there, say, oh, it's fun. Well, hang on.
Yeah.
It's fun also, but you're winning and you're going to win. So
yeah, exactly. Like, and then as well as that, it gives me a little bit of bankroll I have like my little degenerate bankroll. I set aside like 1%, you know, and that's just for doing stupid bets.
And you can still do that.
And I can still do it. And
that's because you know,
fun.
man, you know you're going to win. Whereas someone doing that, they're not guaranteeing money from other sources. Like you're setting it's managed properly, it's structured. So
yeah, it's nice. And definitely something which I want to focus more on this year is obviously like that more Hussla squad, like match betting stuff. But as well as that is properly tracking my betting. Like, and having Excel spreadsheets, because like I do this stuff for work, like with Excel, so I know how to use it, but I need to just set it up and like allocate time towards that to like tracking everything and like keeping myself like 100% accountable, because like I do keep myself accountable, but like I just want to have it there on paper. So like, you know, it's visualization. You see things happening. Like you kind of understand like the magnitude, like the graphs going up or like the dips, and it kind of just puts you in that mindset. You're like, well, like it's working. Like you just got to stick to it.
Yeah, it gives you I don't know what the word is, but a bit of
Foresight?
confidence and recognition. To actually keep following.
Yeah, 100%.
Just a question. Since you've actually, we'll get into that multi in a second, but since you've joined both services, do you know your profit and loss?
I reckon it'd be like almost like far out. That's a good question. I reckon it was like $7,000 up to the start of this year, plus like this year probably like I'd probably say like almost 15.
Yeah, so you've doubled your first kind of 6 months in the last 2 months. You're saying?
Yeah.
So that's what
I up my unit size. Yeah.
As you grow, this is what we like to preach to. As you grow your bankroll, as you grow your discipline, as you grow your efficiency, you're going to keep making more money and it compounds. And obviously you're already seeing that. So that's good. So 15K, amazing. People will be like, wow, that's awesome. But
it's awesome.
You have much higher goals. I think I was.
I have much higher goals. So like I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not satisfied.
You're not content,
I'm not content. Like, honestly, even last weekend, I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. But, like, I wasn't satisfied because I was like, I want more.
Careful with that.
I know. That's just greedy, but I feel like sometimes, and I was just like, it becomes, like, unhealthy.
Yeah, you have to. There's a video in Platinum about treating every dollar the same. As long as you're not, like, going out, okay, I make 5K, I'm going to spend 3 this weekend. Like, as long as you're still treating every dollar the same, you should be fine in the long run.
But yeah, I didn't spend it. I spent like $200 of that winnings. Like that's it. And like just like put it aside. But I just want to like scale up. That's more what I was very satisfied with the win, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's more like I'm like I can make more.
It makes you wonder what's possible.
Yeah, what's possible. I want to be like, you know, like Neo in the Matrix. It's like you are the one. Do you know what I mean? I want to explore the universe.
Yeah. That's good. Just a couple of questions again. How much did you start off with?
So
both?
I started off with probably like $1,000. Yeah. And I was doing $20 units because I was like, I was just testing the waters.
For Trumpy,
for Trumpy, yeah. So I was just like, I'll just test the water, and then and then anyway, when I found out about like Hussla Squad, that's around like probably actually like more the start of this year, I started going to 50 because I was like, all right, I had like 5. I had some big wins on stupid stuff, like on the Melbourne Cup this year. I put $2, and I won like a 1.5K, and that was all in my sports bet, right? And I had like some EPO. I put $10 on it, like because I do like maybe like $20-$30 of mug bets or
Yeah.
more. That's when I was doing $20 bets. I was doing like mug betting because obviously it's good for your account. And anyway, some would hit. So I had probably like $7,000 in my sports bet because like from some reason like I managed to fucking drain all my
Everything
other
was winning
accounts
in there,
and
yeah.
everything was winning in sports bet. And I was like, fuck, this is way too much money to have my sports bet. And my mates would look and they'd be like, what the fuck? Where's $7,000 in your sports bet? And like I wouldn't spend it because I'm like, oh, this is like an investment.
Yeah.
And then anyway, that's when I discovered Hussla and Betfair, and I kind of like funneled the money out into Betfair because I didn't want to like withdraw and flag my account.
For those not understanding, we obviously don't encourage withdrawing from retail bookmakers just because it can flag the account and kind of get his account promotionally banned. So obviously he understands that as a Platinum Score member, and he was able to move the money into Betfair, which you can withdraw from. So you successfully got that out, it sounds like.
Yeah, 100%, which was nice.
Yeah,
like
nice.
It was like relieving because I'm like, they think I'm a fucking idiot on Sportsbet. They're like,
yeah,
this guy.
It looks like you've lost 7K.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck yeah, like that's the picture you want to paint. There's like you're just
you're a loser.
Some loser like betting every weekend on fucking horses, and then like doing these stupid fucking bets. You've built up your bankroll, and now like you're doing these $1,000 bets or like dumb shit. They're like, oh, this is perfect.
And it adds the flexibility now for you to obviously use that capital and spread it across other bookmakers.
100%.
You don't have to worry about the money being stuck there, I guess.
Yeah, that's it, man. And the way I knew I was doing it properly, like, and being an absolute mug, was I started getting the power prices, like, on those singles.
Nice. So you got those on your account?
Yeah, I got them on my own account.
Yeah, man.
I was like, wow. I was like, I must be doing a degenerate, like, in their eyes.
Yeah. No, that's good. And I guess that comes probably that account's quite old.
It is, man. It is very old. Like, as I said, I've opened that sports bet since I was 18.
Yeah,
and
so
God knows the betting history.
Yeah, so anyone that's like listening to this and you have old accounts, you have a huge advantage. A lot of people are like, oh, I've got all the accounts, I can't get the sign-up offers. It's like, well, okay, you're going to maybe not be able to make a couple of thousand in the short term, but in the long run, your accounts are way more likely to stay unbanned. And as you see with Jim's case, he's actually getting extra promos on his old account because obviously it's probably losing. But have you had any accounts banned since joining either server?
Yeah, I have, one. But it was like a stupid account, like, and that was my fault for getting banned. Yeah. It was Top Sport.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Oh, well, you can get that unbanned, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know. I emailed him for whatever.
Yeah,
but,
he's really good.
It was such a dumb thing. Like, I deposited like $200 on the weekend because I was like, all right, they have sick promos, and I like didn't have the chance to mug bet on it. Anyway, so like first two bets I did were like on horses with promos, and then I did like two $50 mug bets on the NBA just like to spice it up a bit. Yeah. But the problem is, I did those horse bets at like 2 o'clock, and I didn't put those mug bets in the NBA until the next morning. Yeah. And like banned it because like straight off the bat, they're like the first thing you do, you're using promotional races.
Yeah, I mean you'll get that back, no issue. So that's the only account you've got banned in.
Yeah, only account. Yeah,
that's elite. So it shows that obviously both Trumpy and Hussla are teaching people the right stuff without pumping our own horns. Like we
100%, man. Like
we know we are.
So much knowledge, especially in the Hussla squad. When I went through those modules, I was like far out. Like changed my mindset because I was like, like honestly, like it just makes sense. Like because like honestly, like if you start winning consistently, like bookies are gonna look at your account. Like they don't want you to win money, man. Like it's a business. Like they don't want you on there. So like it just with this whole Betfair stuff, it just made so much sense. I was like, holy shit! Like because then you look like an idiot and you're still making money, like because it's going to your Betfair, and like Betfair don't care because they get a commission on every trade. So it's just like I don't know. Betfair is such a cool business model because like
it's genius.
Oh, it's genius, man. Like. And like this is so off topic, but like I had an idea of doing what Betfair's doing, but with cryptocurrency. So like people match bet with crypto, which I was like that would be insane because. But
that's
like,
essentially what like CoinSpot is and all those companies are already doing it.
Yeah, but like on betting, you know what I mean, like horse racing. And like EPL and NBA and stuff like that. It'd be kind of cool to do that. But anyway, I was like, I don't know, I was just pipe dreaming. But Betfair, I was like, holy shit, that company is crazy. Whoever invented it, man, they'll be rich as fuck. Yeah,
they're actually increasing their percentages as you would have seen.
7%. But even then, man, it's just so good to use. Like,
it's still, no matter what, you're going to have to use it as a match better because it does make things like without Betfair, we can't do what we do and we can't sustain our account. So it's a huge weapon for everyone. So it's good.
Another thing I did initially before I started using Betfair was the three-way Dutch.
Yeah, three-way Dutch. Yeah.
Which I had like a lot of success with, because you can find a lot of soccer games. Because I bet on soccer frequently, which helped my account history. Like if you never bet on soccer, like I was betting on like Serie A, like all random leagues. You know what I mean? Like not just EPL.
Yeah.
So I could find games where Ladbrokes and Neds are like beautiful for that. Like they always have the draw, or like one of the teams like way too high. Yeah. Like the odds are too good. Like they're too close to sports bet. Do you know what I mean? And I was getting like 90%, 95% sometimes.
Yeah, nice.
And that was before Betfair and the Hussla squad. But now it's just so much easier, because like it took me a couple of hours to find all these games. Do you know what I mean? Especially I had like $500 of bonuses. So like, it's just streamlined process, man.
Yeah, cool. What I would like to ask you, well, let's talk about last weekend. You're going to give us a rundown on what happened and how it started?
Yeah, so how it started, I got the bet here. I'm going to just get it up.
We'll probably get it up on the screen once we do post the podcast.
Yeah, sweet.
But feel free to read off it.
So I'll read off it. Yeah, so I actually, let me check the dating on it. I put it on at, I think, at nighttime on and anyway, like from using Trumpies and using the system, obviously you watch the races. Like as I said, I spend my weekends watching the races. So I was like, I have a good idea of these horses and how they run, and like all the jockeys by now, because you watch it like every week and you kind of take note of it. And even though I'm just following Trumpy's tips, I still look at the form, like because I like looking at the statistics. And so I was like, all right. So I'm like, it was like, so first off, it was like 6 legs. So I was like, I reckon I could pick it. It was funny though, because the night before I was doing the biggest pipe dream. I was looking up like what are the biggest wins ever on sports betting, and you know what I noticed? I was like, fuck, a lot of them are like on horses, because they're like you can do like 4, 5, 6 legs and get like the stupidest odds. Do you know what I mean? Because like you can have like a $5, $6 horse, whereas in sport like a $5, $6 like team paying that much, that don't have much chance. They don't have much chance of winning. But like in horse racing, jockey, like not many runs, like comes from a good like bloodline, like you can get some like insight into it, but still like obviously like this is just like a mug bet. But anyway, I got it and I was like, I'll give it a shot. So anyway, I had like a $50 bonus expiring like in like an hour. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm like, this is a bit much. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to put $50 bonus on. Anyway, I don't know. I had a good feeling from about the start, but everyone has good feelings about all their bets they do. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't put it on otherwise. No. And then like anyway, like what happened is like the first horse ran, and I was like, oh shit! Like Trumpy picked that horse as well, 2 unit. I was like, so I mean, like, all right, that's looking all right. Like, I'm like, and it pissed in, so I was like, all right, cool. And then next one, I was like, I like that horse. Like, it wasn't favourites, like. But I was like, I'd seen that run and Trumpy had backed it before. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And it won as well. I was like, holy fuck. Then I started getting like, holy shit, this could actually like come through. I was like, I started like thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, it's a lot of money, 17 grand, like 17 and a half grand. I was like, fuck, all right. I was like, all right, I'll see you next race if it happens. And then like, I've legitimately got like some sort of chance. And then anyway, like comes in. Like he was kind of like sitting back, and then he just drives at the end. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" From last.
That was a 2.5 unit play.
But that was next level, man. I was like, "Holy fuck!" That's when I started getting pretty excited. My roommate's like, "What the fuck are you shouting about, man?" And I'm like, "Fucking!" I'm like, "Let's go, baby!" And I was like getting real hyped because which was my 4th leg. I was like, I fucking love that horse because like I saw him run a couple times. I was like, he's got the heart. Do you know what I mean? I know horses like. They're getting ridden by a jockey, but some of the horses, they don't give up. I was like, he's not giving up on me. Anyway, and I saw Trumpy backed him, and I was like, all right, well, like, shit, like, that's good. It gives me a bit of confidence. And then, like, that race is when I started, like, I hedged on Betfair, because I was like, all right, well, like, I got 2 legs left. I just need my last leg to I was like, I'm actually, like, in for a shot here. Like, and I was like, all right, wins here, like, fuck, like, things are getting pretty serious, you know what I mean? Like, I'm potentially win a lot of money. And
so what was 260 on your
260
bet?
On my bet to
and the bet was like an hour after, and you actually had some capital issues because you rang me, or you didn't ring me, texting me and saying I can't hedge it, and all the money was stuck in savings, couldn't get across on Osco on Saturday.
That's it. It was like I was in a real bad predicament. I kind of get pretty stressed. I was like, oh fuck, like this could actually come through, and like I can't hedge it properly. So pretty much like I have my saving money in like Macquarie account,
Yeah.
and it's like just sitting there, like I don't look at it. And then I have like a lot of money tied up in like assets, like I don't know, like crypto, like stocks, like ETFs, whatever. And like I was like, fuck, like I actually can't get the money right now, like because I just paid my rent and like and my rego and like random stuff, so I probably only had like $1,200 in my like spending account. I was like, holy fuck, like I'm kind of fucked here.
Yeah. So long story short, you were going into the last race, and you had a potential to win what 16K.
Yeah, 16K because I put like a $1,000 bet on not to win.
Yeah,
so
like,
it was like
you laid it, so that already lost. So in terms of the Betfair took your money because that won.
Yeah, they took my money because that won.
So you had 16,100, I think. Like if that horse wins, 16,100. If it loses, you'd win nothing. So it's kind of like the all or nothing situation.
Yeah, it was all or nothing. Yeah, and I had $200 in my spending account, and I couldn't. I tried to transfer my money. First off, ANZ was down for maintenance, and then second, it was in Macquarie, so I transferred like. I took 10 grand out of my savings because I was like, fuck, I need all the money I can get. And then I realized it's not Oscar and it's the weekend, so it didn't go through straight away. And I was like, holy fuck. And that's when I started like panicking a bit. And like, obviously I was talking to you at the time. I was like, fuck. And you're like, oh, I'll help you out. Like, because I think I started talking to you around like, I was like, this is actually getting like, potential here. And then you're like, oh, I'll help you out. You're going to help me out on I remember. And I was like, oh, no, like I don't feel comfortable because like, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. Let me ride this one out. I was like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That was stupid on my behalf. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So obviously we recommended you take probably like 2,000. And then if one, you would have only had about 11,000 to play with on the last leg. But obviously you couldn't do that, and you got lucky and won.
Yeah, which kind of worked out for me. But then obviously.
And then what? Yeah. Long story short, you hedged you hedged the last leg and it was nowhere, and you made what 4.5K or something?
Yeah, 4.5K about that. Yeah. 4K,
yeah. So I guess a lesson for anyone watching. Yeah. Most people watching you collate that multi would have probably thought it won, but it didn't win, and you would have made nothing if you didn't hedge. So I've seen this so many times, man. Like Tom has had a lot of multis because Tom, White House advisor, is very good with horses, and along the way, we don't encourage multis firstly. Like multis not something we ever encourage at Hussla or Trumpy. Yeah. But obviously you understand how it all works, and you put on a bet because sometimes it does have a time and a place, sustainability, defense wise. Obviously $50 bonus once every couple of months is fine.
Yeah, blue moons, yeah.
But I've seen it so many times where he gets the last leg and he's like, oh, can you hedge this for me on Betfair, and I'll do it for him, and he'll end up losing. And it's like, thanks, man, I just made 2K, I would have made nothing. And it's like, he probably made like 10K off those bets by hedging as opposed to zero.
It's just awesome. And you're a legend for doing that, man. I really thank you.
Oh, that's fine. I love seeing people win. But the majority of people, man, in that situation, they wouldn't see it as, okay, I can win 4K here. They would be like, oh, fuck it. I only put $50 bonus on this. If I lose nothing. I lost a bonus bet. Whereas if you change that mindset, and I know you don't think like this because you knew that was 4K to take right there and then.
Yeah,
and
it's free money, yeah.
And I think you could have made still, I think it was like 6 if it won.
I could have made like 6 if it won.
So I mean, you're still barracking for it. Like you.
Fuck yeah!
I'm gonna sit back,
it was a good horse. Yeah, it was honestly a good horse.
I sent the conversation through. It was like you were stressed off your nut, and then once you placed and it got matched, it was like, fuck, I've made the money. I can sit back now. Minimum I'm going to make is whatever 4K. I can make 6, and it was nowhere the horse. So I came like third last or something, I think.
Yeah. He was stuck in traffic for sure. He's on the Harbour Bridge at like 5 o'clock. Like he was going nowhere. I was here with my mates, man. I fucking poured everyone a glass of rum. I was like, watch this, boys. I'm like, we won. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, see that horse there? They're like, bro, it's not even close. I'm like, don't worry, we hedged it. And they were just laughing, man. I was like, it's so funny.
Yeah, so how did you feel after that? Like, knowing you hedged it?
Like, I felt like good and like everything, but like I was like, I'll be lying if I wasn't a little bit upset the multi didn't win, just because it would be like a one for history books to have that slip. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of horses to pick, and like the odds they were paying. I was like, it'd be a good one to like frame and like just funny, like to tell people and show people.
Yeah,
it's just like something you tell your mates, and they're like, nah, it's bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
Like most people would be like, oh, I lost. It's like, well, hang on, I just still made 4K, and most people won't even see that. They won't get it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they wouldn't get it. But like, I was satisfied, man. I was like, fuck, thank God I hedged it. And like, I was like, like honestly, like I was just like so happy that I like took the opportunity, like because there was so much potential, and like it could have been nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like I made something out of something. Well, like you know what I mean? I didn't just let the opportunity fly away, which I was like most happy about. But like honestly, after I needed like some time to digest because it was like kind of stressful because I was like, as I said, like it was like I was like scraping to like make sure I got it done, and I don't think we got it done like properly until like maybe like 10 minutes before the race.
Yeah, because
So,
the liquidity in the market didn't come through till later. So that
and it came in real hard. Like I could have made more, but like that's just
it
being
is what it
greedy,
is,
and it is what it is. And like I took your advice, and you said just take the odds they're giving you, and like make sure it gets filled. And like as soon as it got filled, man, I was just like everything. Like I was like, thank God. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I double checked everything. I'm like, I feel so much more at ease.
Yeah,
Because
no,
yeah. Yeah, because I just knew the potential of it. I was like, I don't want to let this like slip away because like it doesn't happen often that you can win this sort of money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know Trumpies are going to be tipping soon. So if you want to have a break to get those bets on, let me know.